So guys, I just wanted to point out that if you ever see me driving around either in New York, Long Island, or up in Rochester or anywhere, and you see my car with the big Crypto TV logo, make sure to let me know. Either holla at me, point it out, wave to me, let me know. I love seeing all you guys. As you know, I haven't really shown my car on the channel in quite some time, so I thought I would just show you guys what I've done with it, just to, I guess, show you the altcoin Audi that I have. So this is it. I haven't posted it in a long time, but I've done a ton of different modifications to it. It's an Audi A3, but I've done a ton of performance upgrades as well as things on the car itself. Obviously an RS3 steering wheel. We have S5 rims. You have a BMW cargo box. Pretty awesome. That's the back. I'm changing the back of the car, as you know, the exhaust. We have the S3 diffuser, but I only have dual tips, so I will be doing quad tips soon. And lastly, this is the inside of the car. Obviously, it's a little snowy, so we got salt on the mats. But we have carbon fiber overlay trim pieces. We have a boost gauge right here, and we have an RS3 steering wheel. I love it with tons of carbon fiber. Much does it. If you ever see me on the road, you see the giant Crypto TV logo on the back, definitely make sure to hit me up, say hi, wave. I love subscribers in person. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. What is going on, YouTube? Hit it back, making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin as well as XRP, Litecoin, Ethereum, as well as some interesting patterns happening on the charts. Today is probably going to be one of the more important videos of the channel compared to the previous ones we've been discussing. As you guys know here on the channel, a couple of things have been put into place since yesterday. You'll notice we had another break to the downside, which I would like to discuss with you guys, setting us into oversold on the 4-hour, and we will be checking out whether or not that sent us into the daily. We will also be looking at XRP as to whether or not this will be the time to be buying into this cryptocurrency, as well as when exactly I am going to be buying in. These are some very important topics I'd like to discuss, as well as potentially bear flag, pennant flag signals on the currencies. Yesterday we did discuss that the next major move will be huge and terrifying, and I'd like to continue off that basis to discuss more stuff with today's episode. Now, hopefully you guys like today's intro. I plan on doing a little bit more like that. I like to show you more than just me doing technical analysis. Otherwise, guys, as you know, we do a giveaway on the channel for a free $25 every single Friday, and as we know, that is tomorrow. All you have to do to enter is comment hashtag CryptoTV down below, as well as, drop a comment and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 13,000 subs, so hopefully you guys can help me reach that. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So guys, all in all, I am extremely excited for today's video. No, this is not rehearsed or anything like that. The first time I'm looking at it is the first time you're looking at it. There's some interesting things going to be happening. Now, yesterday's video did quite well, 1.8K. I do kind of like that. We're looking for 2K on this, but we discussed that the next major move is almost here and it's going to be big. And I think I should just dive right into this in regards to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin. I know a lot of those XRP hodlers want to hear more, so we're going to be discussing that as well as with Bitcoin. So huge stuff. Honestly, it's just huge stuff all in all. Overall, this is absolutely crazy. So honestly, I do think we found a top on Bitcoin on its 4-hour. I think we found this top. This is the resistance up here. Whether or not this is the bottom, that's becoming fairly difficult to say. It's almost like, oh, well, can I move this here and drag this like that? Is that a possibility? Is that something that looks like the correct movement? Is this it? I can't tell whether or not we're actually in what appears to be, whether or not this is the descending fractal, whether this hit the bottom. You'll notice in the past compared to previous movements, you can see right here, we tended to have a bottom here. I know I could have adjusted this probably more like this in the past, but I did move it back here because we saw that the breakout did actually happen. But if we compare it to where we are right now on this descending fractal, yeah, this looks about right. This looks more even considering these all touch their points. These all have points of support right here. This inevitably is some sort of descending fractal, but it doesn't add up in regards to where we saw or where we're seeing a breakout. So this may actually be more of where the pattern is, even if it's like this. I don't think it's that. I think it's something along the lines of this seems to be the descending fractal that we're seeing. You can see previously all these fractals tend to break bullish. The second they touch the bottom, they touch the bottom, they touch the bottom, and they're somewhat touching the bottom here. So I can extend these out ever so slightly or extend these in. You'll notice that all these, like I've said, and I'm repeating, have some sort of point in contact with each other. When we broke up here, we were oversold. When we broke up here, we were oversold. We were touching the bottom of the oversold. When we broke up from this fractal, the third one, we were oversold. Currently, we are oversold on this fourth fractal. Now, what I said is we have to line this up with the daily oversold lines. That's the biggest giveaway right now. You'll notice this fractal right here was oversold. This one right here, the second one was oversold. This third one is oversold. Today's is now looking to be very, very, very close to oversold. You'll notice when I extend this out, you can see the beautiful descending triangle, descending resistance on the RSI for the daily. You'll notice this gets very close to touching oversold, tempting it. This is the first time in a very long time where we've seen not only the 4-hour line up with the daily. So the 4-hour is lining up with the daily. It's been quite a long time since we've seen that. We've had about, let's see how many days we've had of sideways consolidation for us to finally reach the point that we're at. It's been about, whoops, that was not correct. It has been about a 26 day, almost 1 month now, guys, of consolidation on this coin for us to finally hit a descending resistance. So this is big news, guys. This is the fourth fractal, and honestly, when I extend the charts out like this and we look at this on the daily, the 4-hour charts, it was hard to find this bear fractal right here, but you'll see when we have this like this kind of looks more as a support than in the past. We have numerous points of support right here, we have it right here, we have it here, and now once again right here. So this does to me seem like the bottom. If we had any lower, I don't think it's going to be for long. Yeah, we've had previous breakouts on the daily that were more overextended than the past. You can see we were lower and the oversold, but we inevitably went higher, much higher than previous moves. So honestly, I think I'm going to take the risk, guys, whether or not you want to take that too. Also, I want to give a mention that I am offering my Patreon, and I've had a ton of support on my Patreon. So I'm super happy that you guys are doing this. This makes me make videos like this. This allows me to make videos like this. This allows me to put in buy and sell positions for, your guys' benefit to see whether or not they do well. So thank you guys for all signing up to my Patreon. It's the second link in the description. For those of you who don't know, Patreon is a way for you guys to get access to all of my cryptocurrency charts, as well as updates like this one, because it's on Patreon already before I make this video, that I am buying in my buy, my sells, my trades. This way you guys get the advantage over the people that just watch on YouTube. So it's huge. You also get my live updating charts as well as privately published charts of your choosing. There's a ton of different stuff there. I have a ton of people on Patreon that can help me preach that this is definitely the way to go. Otherwise, let's continue off on this basis. So as you guys can see, we're clearly in the descending triangle. There's clearly some more room for us to head ever so slightly lower, but it looks like we've done the same thing like we've seen in the past. So if we compare this, you'll notice we hit the top resistance and then we break bearish. So I'll zoom it out to the 4-hour, and this might be a long video because I do have a ton of information to discuss with you guys, but you'll notice right here, we tend to break bullish. It's a very similar pattern, but we end up hitting the top resistance, fall down to the bottom support, then break out. So I'm going to zoom in. So you can see we hit top resistance right here, break down, then break out. We hit the top resistance, we break down, and then we break out. This, I guess, is a little bit more extended, but similar. We hit the top resistance, this area, break downwards, touch bottom support, then we break out. So now looking at this massive descending fractal right here, you can see that we hit the top resistance right here, we fell down, hit bottom support, and I think now it's time for us to break out, which means not only are we oversold extremely on the 4-hour, you can see we kind of have a very interesting movement right here. I do think it's going to be the bottom though. I think this is going to start that parabolic movement upwards. We do have a bearish cross, but we are oversold, so I think this is going to reverse fairly soon. And you can see if we have any sort of movement like we had previously in regards to percentage gains, you can see this was a, wow, that's not what I meant to do. You can see that this right here was a 42% gain, and if things happen like we've had in the past, this will easily bring us up to a price of $11,000. Not only that, but we will be seeing probably bigger volume than the previous one. So this could inevitably be a very big run, and I'm going to be leverage trading this on DueDEX. So I highly recommend you guys sign up for that. But the other thing I wanted to point out was I pulled up bear flag formulas and bear flag movements. You can see bear flags or bullish flags, sorry, because it's not a bear flag, it's a bull flag. Bull flags break into it, trend downwards, and then shoot up. That's what it tends to be. They break up into it, trend downwards, and then shoot up. So Bitcoin broke into it, trends downwards, and now it should shoot up. It's a very similar thing to a bull flag. This could be very, very big for us, guys. It could be a very, very, very big investment. Now, I'm no financial advisor. Don't listen to me. Do your own research as to whether or not you're going to be buying in. I personally am going to be buying into this for you guys on DueDEX right now. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to do this. So, I'm going to be doing that in a couple of seconds. Ethereum looks good, hitting a resistance, falling down lower, but I do think it's going to be breaking bullish with Bitcoin fairly soon. XRP also in this descending triangle, but I do believe that the second we see the confirmation on Bitcoin shoot up, XRP and Ethereum are going to do the exact same thing. I also wanted to look at the daily on Bitcoin, something that we haven't looked at in quite some time, more specifically the MACD. You'll notice that MACD is fairly overextended, which means the orange and the blue are very, very, very far away. I want to compare this to previous times. This breakout, we were semi-overbought, or this became a bearish cross, then we exploded outwards. The previous one was right here. We were crossing, we just crossed it and it started the bull run. You can see right here. This one right here was very far away, but it creeped up. It was extremely far away before we saw the pop, and then it creeped up. There's a chance, though, because I think we're so overextended here and we're so far away, that this inevitably should help us, kind of shoot back upwards. But all in all, I do think there's plenty of room. We're very, very, very low on the RSI, on the daily, as well as the 4-hour. I think this is pretty much the completion of what looks to me like the fourth descending fractal you can see right here. I mean, it looks like this is the pattern that I was trying to draw. This is the one right here, the downtrend as well as the support. So, I'm on DueDEX. For those of you who don't know what DueDEX is, you can buy long, you can sell short, you can make great trades. You can, I even have previous trade histories. I wish I did short this fall right here, but we didn't have the trend lines drawn out just yet. We had to actually figure out these patterns in the past. Once we did, we knew what we were looking for, but we didn't know exactly where the bottom support was and the bottom resistance were, or the top support, the top resistance and the bottom support. But now that we have this confirmed, even though we missed out on a very small run, and I mean, it is a small percentage loss. It's about, I would say, 8%, very tiny. This run could be a lot bigger and pay off a lot more. It's a risk right here, the small one. But in regards to buying now, you can see how I've shorted the coin before. We're now going to be buying long. So I think it's fairly easy to figure out DueDEX. Now, I've only shorted the coin. It was easier. I'm going to try to buy long with a leverage. So let's try to figure this out. So what I'm going to be doing is I want to buy it at the current price. So I'm clicking on this. We're at 7864. That's the current price we're at right now. I then have to enter the quantity that I want to buy. You can see this is my available balance. So I'm going to click on this, copy, add this in right here. I believe that should do it. I don't know if this is going to be the exact. See, it's Bitcoin and this is US dollar. So we have to do the US dollar amount and this is Bitcoin. So I believe if we take our amount that we have available in our account and we go to BTC to US dollar, right? We enter that total right here, which will translate out to 732.89. So if we enter 732.89, we'll probably have to enter a little less for fees. Let's do 732.89. Let's paste that. So we have 732. Let's see if that fulfills it. And I want to leverage this about 25. I want to take a risk, guys. I want to take a gamble. Whether this pays off or not, I am going to be the one responsible for this. I'll either lose $732 or I'll make quite a bit. Now, before I confirm this, I really want to just look at the charts and really figure out whether or not this is the move I want to consider. We're in a bear market. We've had this trend downwards for a long time. This trended downwards. This trended downwards, this trended downwards. We're at the bottom now. It's time to break up. We're very, very, very low on the RSI. Plenty of room to head up. If we do decide to head lower, it's not going to be by much. So we're going to confirm this. We're going to buy long. We're going to do this by 25 times. So I just really quickly want to actually try to figure out what that is. So if we have $732 times 25, that's about an $18,300 investment. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that works out, but let's try to do buy long. Let's see what happens. And we're going to confirm market price is 7,862. Estimated liquidity price is 6,000. Available cost is 25 times. So I'm going to click confirm. And I think that was my order. My position was successfully created, I believe. We have an active order right now. You can see right here, this has just been submitted. It was literally that simple. So we have the order price of 732, quantity, the notional value to type, the side is a long position, status. So we're going to see when this closes, when this active order fills, it should open a position right here and be an opened position, and then we'll inevitably make some profit. But that's pretty much it, guys. I've officially bought in. For those of you who haven't been on Patreon, you've already been updated. But for those of you who haven't, I highly recommend you take advantage of that. Also, we're doing a giveaway tomorrow, and that's it. I think this is the bottom and time to buy in. So, I think the chips are in a line. I think this is the, estimated risk that we have to take. Otherwise, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. We do a giveaway every Friday, which is tomorrow. So comment #CryptoTV down below. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.